5 to 9 and the last few of Park High's pupils wend their way to school. The medical room already has its first casualty.
Not late, miss.
How are you not late? Well, that's the first time ever, David. What's the matter? What's wrong?
I've just been sick in the toilet.
Park High School is a suburban comprehensive in Harrow. It educates almost 1,000 children.
You were playing. Well, you deserve to hurt your thumb because you know I asked you on play fighting. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm surprised at you. I think I'll change my report that I've just written saying what a brilliant person you are, how you've improved in attitude, etc., etc. Play fighting.
It's a popular and successful school, the sort of school many of our children attend. For those who have missed the 9 o'clock deadline, their excuses are destined for the late book.
Why are you late, young man?
Come from a glass case.
Sounds like you can't find a tissue.
As for Max's excuse, it's all down to his bag.
I had to have a crap as well, so I was like...
Charm.
The head sees Ian about his excuse for being late.
It says your reason for being late is that you rescued a cat from a tree. Now, if that is the case, I want to investigate that, because if that happened, I want to congratulate you, because I like cats.
He sees David. His reason is also a cat.
If their excuse is reasonable, we don't punish them. If it's not reasonable, we punish them. So you think it's a joke. Put cat up a tree. I like cats. Why did you put a cat up a tree?
Because of what Ian Chris broke beforehand. So.
Because of what Ian Chris broke behind. So your cat sometimes follows you, and sometimes he goes up a tree, but he didn't this morning.
No, but then the lady said I couldn't put down late. I couldn't think of anything to write and I had to go to my lesson.
So you lied?
Yes.
It's wobbling.
Yeah, which way are you going to push it?
I can't get round there, so you'll have to pull it with my... Oh, my God! Where are my fingers?
Park High School is preparing for the school play, and the set won't budge. There's just 4 weeks before the first night of Pygmalion.
It wasn't fair for a pig to live in, and I had to pay $4 and $6 a week. Oh!
The costumes are coming on slowly.
That's awful. Put that away now. We don't want that.
Cardigan!
Yeah, it's that's from the 60s. Oh, wonderful. Do us a twirl. I like the ankle socks. Those really set it off, Melissa.
And the set still won't budge.
This is a bit easier way to do this.
Sasha!
A key performer has just dropped out. Play director Sharon Rhodes is looking for a Mr. Doolittle.
Do you fancy a party, Pygmalion?
Sorry?
Technology teacher Pete Drury, working within a budget of £200, is in the school's cellar searching for scenery and props.
But who's to play for? The whole school?
Yes, it's a public performance, a school play. Splendid news.
Amazing. School desks from about the year 1950, I think.
Still no takers for Doolittle. Head of Humanities Bernard Bevan Davis was previously an excellent Mother Goose.
Well, go on, someone's dropped out the phone.
How long have we got?
Till November. You'd be absolutely fantastic
Oh,
if
shut
you
up.
could do this.
Shut up.
Could that be an ancient phonograph? Now, that could be useful.
What do you think? Shall I struggle a bit harder?
Yeah. Oh, go on. Right, done. Problem solved.
Done. Go away. OK, I'll do it.
Oh, great! Every year I'm exactly the same. I find it a very emotional experience because I get so involved with having to pull all the bits together, knowing that I'm never going to get a professional performance because it's a school.
Have any of your sets ever fallen down? No, but they move a lot.
Keith Ford is a head teacher who likes to be seen around. Despite leaving at the end of this term, he still tours the school daily.
Hey, get rid of that.
He has a reputation for strictness.
The last person to raise his or her eyes to me left school. Would you like to leave now? Pardon? Pardon?
No.
Who are you speaking to?
Sir.
Right, this whole area will be cleared. Get out. All of you, get out. Some of you haven't got any brain. Get out. That is against the law. And how dare you do it just outside the school? How dare you respond when I'm giving you an obvious message in there that you are breaking school rules with anything other than embarrassment that you're in the wrong? Because I'm in the right, you're in the wrong. This recorded message is going to turn into a recorded detention.
Would you describe yourself as a disciplinarian?
Yes. I've been called worse, yes. Yes, I would, and I'm not ashamed of that. Yes, I am. Hey, if you let one more door slam in my face, I'll slam you. You start throwing your weight around at this place, little boy, you'll find you haven't got very much to throw. Do you understand? Okay. There's got to be a nasty person somewhere around the place. When you get into this job, you don't like losing. In fact, you can't afford to lose, because if you lose a battle, you can lose the war.
Ford is particularly strict about uniform.
It's such a nice, straightforward, simple little thing to fight a battle on. It's not like a massive personal problem. It's a child saying, I know that rule exists, but I'm going to break it and see what happens. You aren't allowed to wear that pullover to school. Now, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
What are you wearing?
Gloves.
Why? Why? When? Thank you. I mean, I feel strongly enough about uniform to say I wouldn't work in a school that didn't have school uniform. You'll be back in uniform tomorrow, and if I see those again, you'll be in serious trouble. Do you understand? Nice try, didn't work, go away. I'm leaving this school in 2 weeks and 4 days. If I see you around my school again with your shirt hanging out, you'll leave with me. Do you understand?
Sure.
Go, get out. It can destroy a weekend. I can actually see someone going off down the road having pulled their shirt out, and it's too far for me to catch them. I don't want to run after them. And I can actually go home seething with anger. It's pathetic.
Why then?
I don't know. I think 20 years of winning battles. I'll do myself what I want to do. Get out.
I wonder where the devil my slippers are.
20 days to Pygmalion's curtain up and a rehearsal with the 3 main characters.
Now, you've got to... Look, Neil, you can't wait for her to come in. You've got to
I don't know where
carry
we
on.
were. Sorry, I didn't know where we are.
Can you cue it again, please? Sorry.
Progress so far is a little slow.
You're making... You're brushing the whole thing off. It's been purgatory. It's a word you could spit out. Last year was a nightmare.
What was the production?
We did Greece last year.
Good or bad?
It was a moderate success. It was a nightmare. Oh, that's why I've used my drama group this year. I decided it was such a hell last year that I wasn't going to have such difficulty. No. Hands on the chair. Anger absolutely visible. Look up, and look directly to that door as if you wanted to pelt something at him. I actually enjoy directing. I actually get a tremendous lift out of seeing somebody making a role live. Spit hate in that face, come on!
Oh dear, can I do it again?
Not hating him enough.
15-year-old Anna has the lead role of Eliza Doolittle.
Tell me the words you're thinking.
Really used and...
I hate you! How dare you use me in such a way? Say it!
I think about learning my lines a lot, because that's something which worries me quite a bit, because I've got a lot to learn. But, I'm not really worried about everyone coming to see it.
I mean, when it starts, I think I'll feel very proud and happy, and I know she's really up together on that first section, so that will be just fine. But it will be if she starts to stumble around with some words that I don't know how I'll begin to feel then. I probably wish I wasn't there, I should think.
Now, I've got to see some reaction. You've got to see.
A quiet word, please.
Rumours are circulating in Park that some pupils are taking drugs.
We're concerned because I did hear a rumour that there had been the possibility of some gas? Butane gas sniffing, actually, at school. Now, if that was to be the case, and I don't want to investigate it, you realise I'd have to expel you. Do you?
I think you need to think about not only what you're doing in school, but what you're doing outside school as well.
I appeal to you to show a bit of common sense in the way you run your life. Because it may seem to you you're old enough to make decisions for yourself, but there are certain decisions that no one is old enough to make. Killing yourselves early, we're not going to let you do. I'm sorry, anyone who says there are no drugs anywhere is wrong, and we'll fight it like mad, and they won't bring stuff to school. But out there, sometimes, they've got access to it on buses, on the way home, on Saturdays. They can get it if they want it. What we are saying is, don't make a fool of yourself, because whatever you think you're doing is secret, it's not. It gets out, and if we hear any more such rumours, I will not hesitate to involve the police. Do you understand?
What's that?
Stop it. Go back to your lesson. No need to talk about this. So it's true?
It's true, you can tell, can't you?
Well, we've had a couple that have got violent.
Park has a policy of tackling issues such as alcohol and drugs head-on. The police are often invited in, for example today, as part of a video being made by pupils.
But don't you sometimes get false reports like they mistake it for cannabis plant?
Yes, that would happen. Tomatoes look a little bit like cannabis. We would check it out first, because don't forget, if the neighbours can see it...
At a governor's meeting, the head reports the suspension of 15-year-old David found with drugs at school. The police were called in.
A pupil had a small amount of cannabis which he was showing round to people in his excitement. He was intercepted, it was taken, the police were called, the boy was arrested.
But nevertheless, when people ask me about drugs at Park High, and I tell them there's absolutely no question of there being a problem, presumably I'm speaking the truth.
No, there is a problem in every single school in this country with drugs.
Well, I mean, yes, but I mean,
I can tell you 10 places in Harrow where you could buy cannabis with considerable ease.
When the policeman would come to take me down the station, he started asking me all these questions, where I got it from and all that sort of stuff. And I just said, I'm not saying. And then when we got down to the police station, they just searched my bag and looked through my books and just see if there was anything else. Put me in a cell and left me there until my mum came.
The head phoned me at work to say that David had been arrested and he was at the police station. And I was devastated. I'd never even seen drugs, only on the television or in the newspaper. I'd never actually seen it for real. And here I was being confronted with drugs with my own son.
Do you think drugs are dangerous?
Depends. I mean, I was arrested with cannabis, and that's, as far as the law's concerned, it's illegal, but it's not addictive. If you're taking that, then you just got to be careful on what else you go on to, such as trips and E's and all that. You just got to be careful not to go on to them.
Was this the edge of the precipice? What was this going to lead on to? Were we going to go on to the hard drugs? Was he sniffing anything? I just didn't know. Everything went through my head.
Maybe if I was offered solvents before I was arrested, then I would have probably said yes.
What do you think the difference is between you and a pupil who will say no to everything?
Sense. You've got to have responsibility. Just to turn around and say, nah, and walk away.
Would you think you can say that now?
I can now, but I couldn't before.
I hoped it wouldn't be my child's life. I hoped he would be sensible enough not to. I hoped he would have the strength to walk away. I was wrong.
The head announced David's suspension in assembly as a warning.
After I did the assembly and announced to the school what had happened, without naming the child, stressing how important and dangerous it was and everything else, a few parents rang and said, oh, you've got a drug problem in your school. And they sort of questioned whether they wanted their child to come here this year. But to me, I mean, if you hide it and pretend it's not there, you're more likely to encourage it, because it will take place then.
I can't fault Park High at all. I cannot fault the teaching staff. They have been so supportive right the way through.
10 days to go on one of the play's final rehearsals.
I can't hear you. Your diction's appalling.
The rain was so sudden, nobody was prepared, and everybody had to...
Look about the rain being sudden, you know. Look at the rain. Look as if it's raining.
Shall I start again?
No, carry on.
Oh, I've lost my place.
The rain was so sudden.
Come on, come on, come on.
What businesses? Oh, God. What business? What? What? I've got a sore throat. What business is it? He wants promotion, he does. Carry on, yeah. What business?
Every year I say to the head, I'm not going to do another one. And every year when I go in and say what I'm doing this year, he says, I thought you were never going to do another one.
The cast are supposed to know their lines.
Don't let him have the book.
At the end of 6 months, you should go to the Buckingham Palace in a carriage. If the king finds out that you are not a lady, you'll be taken away by the police to the Tower of London and your head cut off.
Bernard, who took the part of Mr. Doolittle under duress and at the last minute, is also a long way off being word perfect.
Where's my other script gone?
Where's my book?
I've left
Can't
the
I
script
just hold
upstairs.
it?
No script!
Oh, let me just
No script!
You
I'm
weren't
not
enough.
joking. No script! No script! Page 49.
Am I on there?
Yes, very frequently.
If you wait a minute, I'll tell you. I'm wanting to tell you. I'm willing.
I want my daughter, that's what I want to see.
Should they know their lines better?
They should know. Good, well, should know flaming lines properly, yes. I mean, there's no excuse for that. Really, no excuse for that! Get your scripts out and... I'm going upstairs in a minute.
Things don't improve.
It is next week. There are 3 rehearsals to go. There's tomorrow, there's Sunday, and there's Monday. And if they don't know the lines, you can forget the rest.
3 days to go, and in a desperate attempt to get things right, rehearsals are now continuing in class time.
No, shut up! It's hard enough without your noise. Emma! Just be quiet. Can we have a bit of concentration, please?
So glad to see you again.
My nightmare is that things go wrong, because I want it to be as professional as it is possible for an amateur production to be. I'd be very upset indeed if it is so awful that I can't show my face in the staff room the following morning.
You're not making it any easier.
Park High says in its publicity brochure, "We are a good school. Our buildings are not." It's a problem faced by hundreds of schools right across the country. Park High is over 50 years old. Its paint cracks, its window frames buckle, causing the glass to shatter, its walls and ceilings crumble. The cost of repair is enormous, money the school has just not got.
I mean, really, the buildings in this school and in many schools around are just an insult to the staff and the pupils that have to work in them.
Does it matter?
It matters a lot. I mean, you just got to go out into any sort of progressive industry or commercial environment and you'll see what a premium they put on the quality of the environment. They know that it affects the quality of the work that goes on. So it matters a lot.
This school was last painted 12 or 13 years ago, I understand. You'll notice it's even actually slightly dark in here. The windows haven't been cleaned for 2 years because the authority stopped the contract to save money.
These huts were built in the 1940s with a life expectancy of something like 20 years. Cold in winter, hot in summer, the huts that have not already collapsed are still in daily use. Wildlife has taken over the roofs.
They had maggots in there. One of the teachers was in there one day and suddenly felt things dropping into her hair, and there were maggots falling through holes in the ceiling. But they've lasted a long while, I mean. But would you live in something like that? Well, these are the toilets, the boys' toilets. They are 51 years old. They leak, and they usually don't smell that bad, except the drains block up quite regularly. When I first came here, someone set fire to one of the toilet paper holders, and the caretaker put the fire out, which is probably the worst thing he's ever done. He should have actually fanned the flames, I think.
The science labs are among the worst in Harrow. A borough-wide improvement programme ran out of money before it reached Park. Running repairs are simply not enough to raise standards. These facilities are out of date and potentially dangerous.
I mean, this is a very lovely piece of wood. It actually moves from side to side. Now, when you consider that gas is actually coming up into there, I somehow don't think that this should pivot on itself. I mean, it strikes me as being crazy. The kids are great. The department's great. The teachers are fabulous. But the facilities in which we have to work are really, in many cases, just an insult.
Under LMS, the local management of schools, Park is now largely responsible for its own budget. But the sort of money needed to improve the buildings is way beyond the school.
Do we pay out all the school's money to decorate this corridor? Or do we buy books? Or do we heat the place? Or do we employ a teacher? Or should we sack 2 teachers and paint this corridor? These wonderful flagship schools that they're spending millions of pounds on, whereas the kids here, you've seen the toilets, you've seen the science labs. Where's the fairness in that?
The first night of Pygmalion has arrived.
We have got 45 minutes, Elizabeth, so you must be finished by 7.
That's right. You feel like a condom.
Before we finally let the curtains go, we just have a quick look round, and then you can OK it with me, and it's thumbs up on the curtain.
If they enjoy it on the night, I'll be very happy. I won't watch it on the night. I've paid something down outside. I can't watch it.
As the audience file in, Sharon, to the cast's surprise, opts for some last-minute relaxation techniques.
I want you to imagine that you're sitting on a riverside. It's a lovely day, and you're concentrating on the sound of the water. And as you step onto the stile, you're feeling ready to start, ready to begin and face the world, ready for anything.
Are they opening? I can't straight away. Are they opening?
After weeks of hard work, the show is finally underway.
Lights. Very well, I'll go.
Hey, look where you're going, dear.
Sorry.
2 batteries, 5 trolling them mad.
Out front, things are going smoothly, but backstage, Bernard's in trouble.
My mind has now gone absolute blank.
Look here, Molly, he hasn't found a thing.
And if you'll be so good, do not leave everything on the same plate. And to remember, before it softens, after...
Whatever you like, that's all.
Thank you, sir, that's all.
My mind has just gone blank.
Bernard's moment of truth.
Do listen, sir.
Professor Higgins.
Here, good morning. Sit down.
Morning, Governor. I've come to see you about a very serious matter.
Brought up in Hounslow. Mother Welsh, I should think. What do you want, Doolittle? This is a plant fixed with money by threats, isn't it?
No, Governor.
Bernard remembers his lines.
How else could you possibly know that she's here?
But only just.
Don't take a man up like that, Governor. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Bernard's done well, but then a moment of madness. He feels he's forgotten a line and returns to deliver it. The line is from a completely different part of the play.
And what should I want money for? Put in the church plate, I suppose.
The cast on stage are left speechless.
I've thrown them completely. I'm sorry, I threw you completely. Your fault? It's not me. It's not for me to dispense blame at times like this.
Apart from Bernard's aberration, things are going well.
Are you walking across the park, Miss Williams?
It's lucky likely, I'm going home in a taxi!
Brilliant.
The interval, they're halfway there.
I said art. Oh, that's it. Said art. Neil comes running in here and goes, and I said art. Did it come out like that?
Special needs teacher Steve Dedridge has been worried about that beard all week. Last night at home it stayed on for 2 hours. Tonight it lasts less than 2 minutes.
I help him to pretend. Of course I make him pay for the nose. I make him all pay. I can place a man anywhere in Europe.
On the night, Pygmalion by Park High is a storming success.
So, the creature's nervous after all. Close in! You cat! How dare you show temper to me! Sit down and be quiet!
Not even the school bell can stop them.
I enjoy it. I like it like this. Marry Freddie!
Finally, it's all over.
Freddie!
And Sharon's pleased.
I won't be sorry to see it all over. I just think it's just a whole part of her life now. It's sort of, it's there, it's on record, something she'll remember always.
I just wanted to say thank you. I know I've been horrible the last few days.
No.
So it's worth the effort.
Oh, of course it is. The school is a better place for it. Their lives are a better place for it. Our relationships are better for it. You know, I couldn't. Any school that doesn't even begin to do something like have a go is not worth being in.
I have to ask you now, will you be doing it again next year?
I suppose so.
If I see you breaking the law again, I'll call the police and have you arrested.
So undo your buttons and show...
We'll be paying another visit to Park High at the same time next week.
Stand there! You're not a statue! You're a plonker. What are you?
Look, can you just be quiet?
And you've done nothing. Absolutely nothing.